up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's episode, which is episode 3 of Coffee Talk. Alright, so as you can tell, I am in my car today. Little change of scenery. I'm also in the Marshall's parking lot, so this is gonna be like super awkward because I'm just talking to my phone that's about to die. But here we are in the Marshall's parking lot, and let's just get on into it. I am opening up my notebook to get out my topic for today. Wow, do we have a topic today? I'm drinking out of this super cute mug that I bought here at Marshall's the last time. Cute. So, I guess let's just get on to it. But before we get on into it, I would like to give my happy something. I challenge you to take a second out of your day just to think about something in the past week or so that made you happy, or just made you think about something a little deeper, and you're like, wow, I'm really glad that that happened so I could think about this, or that happened so I could do this. So I challenge you to just think of something. My happy something happens to be warm weather and like sunshine, which I say that that's my happy something, but it's been like here and gone this past week. It's been like a couple of sunny days. Like today it's like 60 degrees and sunny, but there's like pretty nasty wind, so it's a little cold. But we keep going back and forth of like spring and still winter, because it'll be a warm sunny day and then all of a sudden we have a foot of snow on the ground. But I just think warm sunny days, like, oh, how do I put this? It like boosts your mood. I mean, I'm just speaking for me personally. It like boosts my mood and just makes me happier, and like anything bad that happens throughout the day like no longer matters, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's so nice outside, like I can just chill and like be in the nice warm weather. So that's my happy something for today. Anyway, so on to today's topic. So today's topic is burnout, and not just burnout, but like how I personally reset after a burnout. I think the hardest part when it comes to burnout is recognizing that that's what's happening. I remember a vlog, like a weekly vlog, I don't remember exactly when, but it was like a hot minute ago. I literally sat in the kitchen of one of the houses we were cleaning and turned on the camera, and I was like, I think I'm having a burnout, or like I'm experiencing burnout right now, and I don't know what to do. So, okay, if you don't know what burnout is, it's basically like, or this is what I would define it as, it's being like too much is happening, or you're doing too much, and like you don't have time to recharge and to like come back fully to do it again the next day, or just to do something. So it's just like too much is happening and you're trying to do way too much, and your body and your mind is like, no, stop, cut it out, but you're like, no, I'm not gonna, and just keep going and keep pushing through until all of a sudden your body's like, I'm not doing it anymore, sorry. So that's what I would describe burnout as. You can always just Google it. But I think the hardest part when dealing with burnout, honestly, is just recognize that, hey, like I think I'm experiencing a burnout right now. Because I feel like people in general, they try to do so much because they're like, well, this person is doing all of this and they're fine, like why can't I do all of this, and I should be doing more than them because my life is just different, blah blah, whatever. That's why I feel like I burn out, to be honest. I put too much on my plate, and I'm like, I have to do all of these things by X amount of time, and if I don't do it, like I'm an awful human being and I suck at life and nobody should be around me, whatever. That's why I feel like I experience burnout, and I think some people can relate to that, and that they also do a similar thing, kind of a deal. But when I experience a burnout, it takes me like days to recharge. I feel like some people, they just take a good solid one whole day and they're back to normal, but I feel like for me it takes days because like I have to go to work, whatever. I can't like fully sit and commit to myself and recharge. So I feel like the burnout comes like really strong. Like it takes a hot minute before I realize, oh my gosh, I'm burning out again. Like I need to take a second, step back and be like, no, I am done. Oh, there's a dog. Hi. Sorry. Before I can step back and I'm like, I need to just stop for a second. I need to sit here and really think, is this like worth my time? And just take care of myself for a second. This is so funny. I'm literally sitting in the Marshall's parking lot. Welcome to my life. Anyways, but I think recognizing it and being able to talk about it is like the first step to fixing it and to being like, okay, I realize that this is a problem. This is what's happening. This is a problem. Now I need to take a second, figure it out, fix it, and come back stronger than I was before, type of thing. And for me, I just complain and just speak what's on my mind about everything. So, and I haven't always been like that. That's been like a new thing in the past year or so that I've been doing. I guess I used to internalize everything, and that would make burnouts like 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Because I would just internalize everything and I'm like, oh no, like I'm fine, whatever, and I would just bottle it up, hold it up until like I exploded, and just that burnout was insane. So I feel like being able to say it out loud and talk about it, even if you're just talking to yourself or like your cat. Honestly, it doesn't even need to be like a person. You could just have, I mean, that kind of looks crazy, but maybe it's helpful, you know. Sometimes I have to tell my cat, yo, you see what's going on lately? Like, why I be like this? And he'll just meow back at me and I'm like, right, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking to a cat right now. So yeah, I think the first step in being able to recharge and come back from a burnout is just acknowledging and saying it. Either it's out loud or you write it down or you tell somebody, I think this is what's happening to me right now. What the heck do I do about it? So that's step one, I would say. Step two, I honestly, there's this big truck, I think would be canceling plans or making like a whole day to yourself, unless like going out with people isn't going to affect your burnout. I personally don't think I would go out with people on a day that I'm trying to recharge, because it should be a day for you, a day where you just have like a whole lot of self-care, like you just do all of these things that are going to make you feel whole and you feel good and you feel like good inside and like I almost said warm. Just make you feel like good again. So I personally wouldn't go out unless I'm like going for a walk or like a drive, because I find those therapeutic, and those sorts of things. But I think overall I don't think I would go out, to be honest. But roll up my window so people can't hear me talking to my phone. But I think what I would do, okay, hypothetically, let's say I'm experiencing a burnout right now and I'm gonna take tomorrow off completely. I'm not gonna have any plans. I don't have to work. Like, it's just a whole day to myself. I would start off the day with like a real chill, laid back morning routine. I wouldn't even call it like a routine. Just get up, maybe go. I wouldn't go on my phone first thing in the morning because that stresses me out. I would wake up, I would walk out of my room, open all the shades in my house, and start making coffee. I would sit down without my phone, just sit and be. I might sit like near the window so I can like look outside and just hang out with my cat and just drink my coffee and just take my time, not trying to like do X, Y, and Z at the same time. Just sit and just be in that moment. And then after that, I would probably make something to eat, have some sort of food just to fuel, and then like get ready for the day. And I would just do little things throughout the day that I would consider self-care, like maybe going for a walk if it's nice out, or going for a little drive, just to be outside, but not making it to where like I'm going outside because I have to go do this, this, and this. Like when I feel like when you're trying to recharge after realizing that you're experiencing a burnout, I wouldn't have a to-do list. I wouldn't like have all of these things that you need to do or that you're gonna go do, and just, I kind of want to do this right now, so let's go do this, you know? Like I kind of want to go for a walk, so I'm gonna go for a walk. Or I kind of want to go for a drive, so I'm gonna go for a little drive. And if like going to the grocery store and going grocery shopping is like a self-care or therapeutic for you, then do that. Like you don't necessarily have to not be around people. Like I wouldn't say like isolate yourself, because that would make things worse for me, because I'd be like, I'm isolated, what am I gonna do about this? I'm like in my thoughts all day long, like, and I feel like I just contradicted myself, because I was like, don't go out and hang out with people. But I mean, like, you can go be with people, but don't have an agenda. I think if you go into this recharge having an agenda, you're not going to get the full effect of the recharge, and you're going to burn out again faster than you would have if you didn't have the agenda or didn't have the whole to-do list of things to do. Roll my window back down. People are gone. And then I would like end off the day. I would probably make a dinner or get takeout if I didn't want to take the time and cook a whole dinner. And I would just sit there. This is me personally. I would just be there with my boyfriend and my cat, and just be and enjoy the food and just enjoy being there with them. And then I would do like a whole self-care, like nighttime routine. I might do a face mask, and sit and read in my bed, whatever, like stuff like that, because those make me feel good. And if I'm trying to recharge, I want to do things like as much as I can to make me feel good without feeling overwhelmed, because you don't necessarily want to like overdo it, because then that also like, I don't know, I feel like if you overdo it, your recharge is gonna feel like you're trying to do too much, if that makes sense. I need water, and my water's warm. It's been sitting in the car in the heat. Yeah, but I would just like take it slow, and even if it's just that one day, I even would do little things throughout the next couple of days, not necessarily just that one whole day, to kind of like give yourself all that it needs and all that it might need to be like, okay, like here we are, like I'm doing this, it's gonna feel good, like I'm gonna feel good after, to kind of like reboot yourself, you know, get back into it. I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but that's just like what I would do, because I don't know, I mean, you can take what I'm saying like with a grain of salt, because not everything is gonna work for everyone, if that makes sense. Like what works for me may not work for you or whoever, and what works for you may not work for me, like that sort of thing. And another thing, I love to dance and I skate, and doing stuff like that, like Zumba. That's why I got my Zumba license, because I want to share that with other people, which coming soon. But like doing stuff like that just to get it out and just express whatever, that helps so much, because you're not bottling it up. I feel like if you take anything from what I'm saying, it's to not hold it in and to just get it out. Especially if you're like in a burnout, it's because you're doing so much and bottling it up. You need to get it out there, just get it out of you so you can really like feel better. Must have dropped something. Just to like feel better and be like, okay, I got this. You know? So that's really that. Short episode today, just because I am not in the usual setup, and I wanted to get something, because especially this topic, because I think this is something that I'm like in the process of experiencing. Like, I think I'm getting to that boiling point. So I'm like, this is relevant in my life, so here we go. I'm gonna share it. So I'm sure this weekend will be my recharge, reset, excuse me, whatever, for burnout, because I'm feeling like I'm getting there. So I mean, it's real. This is stuff that happens to everybody at some point, or maybe not everybody, but just like I want to say like most people, maybe not everybody, I'm sure not everybody experiences a burnout, but I feel like a lot of people do, and I don't think it's talked about enough, you know? I mean, I think that with a lot of mental health things, that it's just not talked about, and it's not, I don't know, I feel like people don't think it's normal yet to talk about it, which is so dumb, because it's relevant for everybody. But I don't know, that's kind of my thought on burnout and how the heck I'm gonna recharge, or how I would recharge when experiencing a burnout. So I hope this helped. I really do. If it didn't, I'm sorry. Yeah, anyway, I hope this helped. It's definitely a hard thing to try and fix, I feel like, because you're like, well, I can't just stop doing X, Y, and Z. So just finding those ways to like make it a little better, or just to fix it a little bit, goes a long way. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee Talk. If you did, feel free to give a like, and make sure you subscribe and turn those post notifications on. It would mean a whole lot. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.